Hello, and you're very welcome back to our next interview of our online retreat, Healing with Music, 21 Keys to Gain Inner Peace. Welcome unconditional love and have that transformation in your life. I'm Patricia Daly. I work with people to help them heal and find inner peace and thus step into a lovely way of living. And my guest is Michele Newman. Michele, you're very welcome.
Thank you. I really appreciate being here with you, Patricia, and I just love the interactions we've been having with each other.
Thank you. It's great. I agree. There's a great connection and great interaction here. Now, for those of you who do not know Michele, Michele is a psychic sound healer, and she integrates her spiritual direction training and deep listening with her voice, alchemical crystal bowls, sound play games, and a non-judgmental, safe place to express your deepest soul sense. She offers healing work for people with cancer and other life-threatening and chronic conditions, utilising crystal bowls, inner voice, and clairvoyant insight. Now, Michele, the topic actually that we're going to talk about is raising the frequency of body, mind, heart and soul. So could you speak into this for everyone listening in? And just explain what it is.
Yes. Albert Einstein said that everything is vibration. All the universes, all the galaxies, everything is vibrating. This table is vibrating. The computer, physics knows this. Things are vibrating. Your body, your skin, your cells, your blood, everything is in a vibrational level, a vibrational frequency. Science measures the sound, the science of sound is measured by hertz, just as you may have seen light waves, or perhaps some of you have seen sound waves measured. It's called hertz. And when a body, which is, I'll speak specifically to bodies because that's who I work with. When a body is not feeling well, something is wrong, there is an organ not working properly, or the cells are misbehaving, or something is not right, or there's a spiritual or emotional depression, that you feel lowered in your energy, lower frequency. When those things are happening, if we could measure, which people do, I don't do this, but science can measure the hertz, measure the frequency, the sound of your body, how fast it's vibrating. So, for instance, let's just say that there is an organ that the doctor says, well, you've got problems with this. If that could be measured, it would be vibrating at a very low frequency. If you are depressed, let's just say you're vibrating, your liver or your gallbladder or something is vibrating at 106 hertz. Or if we could measure your actual mind or thinking process, or your soul or your spirit, you're at a very low hertz. Well, we use the crystal bowls. I'll pull this one out. The crystal bowls resonate at a very high hertz. So this is a higher frequency. Now I take these bowls and I put them around your body. I put them right on your body. My clients will lay down on the massage table and I can put this right on their body. And so if you're surrounded by 9 or 10 bowls, or you're hearing the sound of it, then it's going to raise up your frequency. Your body wants to start vibrating at the same frequency that it's being surrounded by. So we're raising the hertz of your body. And if your liver is not working properly and we raise the hertz, all of a sudden it starts vibrating at a higher level, which means a faster level. Right. A perfect example of this is look at young children who are healthy. When kids are moving around and they're healthy, they move fast. The youth moves fast. Older people, as we start to age, will sometimes start to slow down because things aren't moving as fast. When something is healthy, it's moving at a very high frequency.
Yes.
Right? I mean, I'm not a young woman. I'm not going to say exactly how old I am, but I'm definitely not a young woman. And yet, my voice, my body, I move at a very high frequency. In fact, sometimes I actually speak with women on the phone who are probably close to my age, but they don't know me. And they say, okay, dear, as if I'm a young girl because my voice sounds young. I move very fast. People say, well, she's a kid. She doesn't want to grow up, because I just have a high frequency. I move fast. And so that's the energy of health. Health moves at a high frequency. When we raise the frequency of your body or your emotion or your spirit, you're going to feel better. You're going to be able to get up and go instead of feeling no energy or feeling low.
I can connect this because as you're speaking, I'm thinking of two people. One who is sluggish, and I know these are two people I know. One who is sluggish and her voice is low, talking like that.
Yes.
The other is bright, high, sharp voice. Yeah. Yes. So I can connect to what you're talking about.
Yes, and people are very attracted. Everyone's attracted to the high energy, the excitement, that people will go for that. If something's moving very slow and low, everyone's going, boring, right? I don't want to go be around that because it lowers, if you're around that, it lowers your frequency. Yeah. Whereas if you're around someone who's exciting and fun and has really wonderful energy, it's attractive. They're like magnets. They attract people to them. So, we had told this story with each other about a woman who came to me. Her daughter is actually a regular client of mine, and her mother was visiting, and she called me. My client called me, and she said, my mom is here. She's been depressed for many years. Can I bring her over to you for a sound healing? And I said, but of course. And so her mother came, lay down on my table. I could see she was definitely moving slow. Yeah. We put the crystal bowls all over her body. I worked with her for an hour. And when she didn't want to get up off the table, but when she finally did, she got up, sat down in the chair, looked at her daughter, and said, I want to feel this way the rest of my life. And she was so clear about the fact that she felt really good in that moment. And I called her the next day. I said, how's your mom doing? Is she still doing well? And she said, I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 days later, I called again. She said, it's a miracle. My mother went out and had her hair done. This is a woman who's been sitting in front of the TV all day and doesn't want to do anything. My mother went out, had her hair done, had her nails done, and now she wants to take my kids out, and she wants to go here, and she's making plans for that, and she's looking in the paper to see what's happening, and she wants to go here and do that. And she said, it's really amazing. She's happy, and she's being a grandma playing with her grandkids again.
So she's got a whole new zest for life, really.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And you had an experience with me the other day, yes?
I did. It was Thursday we were speaking, and today is Saturday. And I was totally drained from my energy. Those of you that are following this online series, you would see in my hair, my eyes, my complexion, just how tired and drained I was. And after speaking with Michele, maybe 24 hours later, there was a little shift, and another 24 hours later, and there was a total transformation. It really is what you would call that. I feel like I'm glowing. My hair is shiny. It's silky. I didn't have that this last few days. My hair felt heavy as I felt heavy. So there is a change in the way I feel. I feel lighter.
Yeah, you are radiant, and you are glowing. When we got online today, and I looked at you, and I said, "Wow, you look so beautiful. There's a beautiful glow about you. I really see the difference between now and Thursday."
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And
it was just a few minutes with you.
Oh, it was. It was just like, as you say, a few minutes. It wasn't even half an hour. 10 minutes. It was a very, very quick chat. And in that time, you had noticed the energy was low in me as well.
Right.
Yeah. You worked up.
Yeah. Yeah, and we tuned into some things in your life and just kind of, it's like a tweak of your soul. I look at people's auras, I look at their energy, I see I said to you, I'm reading your aura, I can see that there's this blockage or that blockage.
Yes.
And we just do a little tweak to your soul. It's a soul level need. And so I call my business Sing Your Soul Song, because the idea is to really express your soul, to allow your soul to blossom, to allow it to vibrate at a high frequency. And so we do a little tweak to your soul level, and it's like going into a car and say, well, let's tweak this and change that, and then it starts working better. It's the same thing with your soul. I don't know why I received this gift of being able to work with people's souls, but we look at your soul, and we'll say, oh, well, you need this and you need that. We do the little tweaks, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I'm a new person.
You must feel very fulfilled whenever you see the results in people that you work with.
Yes, indeed. It's such an honor and a pleasure. I know this is my soul's mission. It's like why I'm here on this planet is to do this work. And I look around and I go, I just want to help everybody heal. I just want everyone to feel okay, and I want to have a beautiful world, and I want to have a peaceful world where everyone feels good. And from the time I was a little child, I would look at people who were, I mean, even now I look at homeless people, or I look at people who are sad, or, I mean, oh, God forbid, seeing a child who's being abused. It's like, it just gives me so much pain to see the sadness that's out there, and I just want to heal people. I want to say, oh, you'll be okay. Let's fix it. It's like someone who's a car mechanic. I want to go in and I say, let's fix it. That's not that I can do that with everyone, of course. I do the best, one soul at a time. But or a group of souls when I'm in a workshop. But my goal is to really to help people heal, and that's why I'm here. So yes, it's very fulfilling because I know that's what I'm here to do.
And you would draw people to you. Actually, you would be like a magnet drawing people towards you, people who need your healing.
I hope so. That's what I desire. That's what I'm looking for.
I can imagine that's it. People would flock towards you.
Right. Well, I talk about it a lot. So I go out and I talk about it. People come up to me and say, yes, I want to do that.
Yes.
I just recently gave, I was actually on a road tour. I was a touring musician on a road tour that we called Light is Returning. And I went all over Northern California and into Oregon to 9 different cities and did a whole presentation of psychic sound healing. And so every time I would do a presentation, then people would come up to me afterwards and say, can I have a private session with you? So I would do the presentations and then have private sessions afterwards. And there were days, I mean, this was supposed to be a work and play vacation, but there were days I'd work 3 days in a row because people just, I would have people call at the last minute, say, are you still in town? Can I have a quick session with you? And so,
Yeah.
I have to take breaks too.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I said I have to take breaks too.
Oh, yes.
I need to build up my reserve again. But I mean, there are days when I would work for 12 hours helping,
right.
because I was going to be in town the next day.
Yes.
I've done that before. It's kind of amazing, but it's fun and it's fulfilling. I do feel tired, but I feel very fulfilled from it.
Yes, and whenever you're doing that kind of work, you do keep going because your energy is just flowing out of you. But yes, as you say, you need to take the time to rest.
Yes. Well, I'm around these beautiful sounds all the time. I play them for other people, and so I receive the benefit of the healing as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the soul and how the expression of the soul comes out through. The reason I say sing your soul song is not because everyone needs to be a singer, but to express your soul. And we were talking about how the soul, how the heart chakra will feel a certain energy, and then in a pure flowing, it would come right out through the throat chakra. And you were talking about what was going on with your throat?
Yeah, my throat, I would have that problem of it comes up to the throat and then my voice kind of gets hoarse. And I was told at school whenever I was about 7 or 8 that I could not sing. I didn't make it into the choir. And that statement followed me all my life.
Right.
I had to work a lot to undo the inner blockages really that caused around my throat. And yeah, I can get up and sing all right. The singing is there's a pure voice, but yet whenever I speak there's a hoarseness.
You're not alone in that, Patricia.
And I used to think I thought it was only me that this had happened to.
Right. Many people experience that. I was a music teacher for many, many years in school, so working with children and doing music, teaching them. And I would have, it was almost daily. It was just a standard story. I would have parents come up to me and say, I always used to love to sing when I was a child, but then someone told me I sounded badly. A music teacher or parent or somebody, some adult would say, you sound terrible, and the child would shut down.
Yes.
And so you said this happened to you as well, yes?
It happened to me, yeah. She told me, no, you can't sing in tune. Your singing is flat.
Right.
And for anyone that understands
oh, that burns me when I hear that, because I never tell a child they can't sing, ever. Every child loves to sing. Every child.
Yes.
I've never seen a child under 5 or 6 who didn't love to sing. Children express themselves, and they just want to. Children make really crazy sounds and noises and twirling around, and they want to move, and they want to just get wild with their voices. And the adults are always saying, calm down, be quiet, that's not okay. And they want to socialize the children to fit in. Well, if a child is singing and having lots of fun and just totally expressing their heart through their throat chakra, and then someone comes up and says, be quiet, that's not okay, you sound terrible. Well, here's the energy of the child shut down.
Yeah.
It's like just plugs it up. All of a sudden, a child will go, oh, I'm not supposed to do that. The children want to please. They want to make you happy. And they're going, this person doesn't like that. I'm not supposed to do that. Now they're aware that their world is reflecting bad. It's not okay to do this. Then they start looking around and wondering, what is okay? Well, this little child, boys usually up till the age of 5 or 6, about 6-ish, will always sing, but then they start looking around and there's a role model for men. This is the way I'm supposed to act. Or they just see in their world this is not okay for a boy to do. And so often after 6 or so, they may stop really doing, they get crazy. They like to, definitely up to 11, 12, and so they like to make crazy sounds, but they won't necessarily sing. But they will scream and yell and do other sound expressions, but they won't necessarily sing. And I have to say that since the series Glee has been on, that's changed. Anyone who's over, say, 18 or 20 has experienced the kind of thing you and I are talking about. The younger children, the indigo generation, they're a little different. They really express themselves and they don't let anyone stop them. And the television series Glee has really changed that a lot. I'm so grateful to Glee, because Glee tells the kids it's okay to sing. Now it's cool to sing. But when you and I were growing up, it was kind of those weird people who would do that, right? It's like, oh, you're strange. You're not into that. You're not into the thing that everyone else is into. You want to sing. And so girls would, up to the age of 9 or 10, it's cool, they have fun, they like to sing together, but then there's always a few girls who kind of make comments or put the girls down, and they'll say, oh, it's not cool, and that you're not supposed to do that. That still happens. And when a girl really expresses herself, and all the other girls who are in their little clique will make fun of her, that kind of thing. There's always the kids who keep on doing it, and they get into junior high and they sing in the choir or the chorus, and the same thing in high school, and then moving into college. There's always the music majors who want to express themselves. Now, of course, if they're a rock musician or, they do some kind of hip-hop or something like that, that's very cool. Those kinds of things, the pop music is okay. But if they really want to sing and express in a different way, sometimes, as I said, these days it's very different. But just a few years ago, a young girl who really wanted to sing classical or just express herself in a different way, it was seen as kind of strange. And thank you to all the TV programs, The Voice and those kinds of things that have really helped people to express themselves in a more beautiful way. I'm very grateful for that, because now people will do that more. And it gives inspiration, because expressing yourself through the voice and allowing the flow from the heart chakra through the throat chakra is very important. Otherwise, we have a whole society of adults who are just shut down. You fast forward to adults and they're like, I'm not supposed to express myself. What if I say this and someone says something bad, and they're looking around and then they have to go to therapy? Therapists that's why they exist, is to help all these shut down adults who just can't express who they are, and all the different healing modalities to help you heal the pain that you felt as a child, shut down, complete.
Also the pain. I'm just going to move into a song that I wrote about a situation, a love situation where I had fallen in love, and it was like unrequited love. Yes. So I wrote a song about it, and again that was expressed, and that was a form of healing my emotions in the words of the song. And then whenever I got up to sing it, I didn't announce that I wrote it. I was afraid to let people see that I wrote it, because I was afraid that they would read my soul and see right into me. So again, there was a throat chakra closing up. My heart had opened, but it was closing here. Anyhow, I sang the song, and I still felt people were going to read me, and I was really in a tremor from top to bottom. And there was a singer-songwriter came on after me, and he sang. He was quite a famous man, and he came up to me afterwards and asked, "Did you write that song?" And I said, "How did you know?" So obviously he knew I was expressing myself.
Yes.
He asked then to take the song and for him to sing it.
Right.
So I felt quite humbled at that point. But slowly, I started opening the throat chakra, but it still needs work. So it's opened more and more.
It looks like you're doing wonders with that. You're really coming to that point of allowing the freedom to flow.
Yeah, it's lovely when you can get that freedom.
Yeah.
You actually do feel like a flow. There's like a channel. Yeah.
I feel like all human beings should have that freedom of flow. That's what would help people to really feel relaxed on our planet. I think if everyone felt that they had the true freedom of their own inner expression, we would have peace on this planet. That's
right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. We should not stop people's voices, which many people do.
Yeah. And what would you say to someone, let's say that the parents of children nowadays, let's say someone has been stopping their child from singing and expressing themselves, those children that would be 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right.
Then they suddenly realise, they hear this interview. Now, what would you say to the parents of those children if they want to?
Well, I have to tell you, you can't tell parents about their kids unless you know them really well. I see parents doing things with their kids all the time, but I can't just walk up to them and say, you can't do that to your child.
No, what I mean is someone listening in here on the internet.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Let's say that they have been doing this and unknowns to themselves.
Right.
I realise the damage. And
I see what you're saying. What would I say to parents who may be not aware that they're doing that?
Yes.
I would say, of course you want your child to fit into society. That's a given. And the most important thing is, rather than tell your child, don't do that, you can't do that, it's not okay, talk to them about the different times when certain things are okay and certain things are not, so that it's not about the child. It's not about them being bad because they're acting this way. It's about, when we're in this situation, this is the best way to act, and if you want to express yourself, you can do that in this situation. But in that situation, it's important to be aware of the others, because that doesn't work. So explaining the difference between when you're in a certain place, what's acceptable and what's not, rather than telling the child they're wrong for acting this way. That's the difference.
Right. Okay. Very good.
And be aware of whether you are telling your child they're being wrong, or whether you are explaining to them, this is how you act in this place and this is how you act in this place. It doesn't mean they'll hear it. It doesn't mean your child will get it. And the parents know that repetition is important. I mean, you just keep repeating the same things to your child if they're not getting it. You have to. Some kids really aren't going to get it right away. It's not like one conversation the kid's going to go, oh, okay, Mom.
That's true.
That's why you have been children so long.
That's right. That's true.
Yeah. Shall we play some crystal bowls?
Yes, I was actually just going to ask you to play a few demonstrations.
Yay. I've been waiting for this moment.
Yes.
I do want to tell you quickly, I do work with people with cancer. That started when I was studying sound healing at the California Institute of Integral Studies in San Francisco. I was studying with Jill Peirce, who is seen as the grandmother of sound healing now, because she was the first one who started bringing sound healing to the world in the 80s and 90s. And I was studying with her and my mother. While I was actually taking this class, we learned my mother had cancer. So I went running down to help my mother with sound healing, even though I didn't know what I was doing. I was a musician who wanted to learn more, and I was opening to the sound healing. I wish I knew now. I wish I knew then what I know now. I've gone through so much evolution in my understanding of what this art and healing expression is all about. Another inspiration that I've had is a book called The Healing Power of Sound by Dr. Mitchell Gaynor, who has passed away, bless his soul. He was a New York oncologist, and he had a Tibetan monk come to him who had cancer, and the monk brought the Tibetan brass bowls to him, and from there he kept on moving through his learning of the sound and ended up working with the crystal bowls. Right. And Dr. Gaynor, being a scientist, actually played the crystal bowls and looked at cancer cells under the microscope and saw that when the crystal bowls were played, that the cancer cells disorganized themselves so much that they were incapable of reproducing. The cancer cells could not reproduce themselves when the crystal bowls were played. And so Dr. Gaynor actually, while his patients were also in chemo, asked his patients to come to his office for what he called a crystal bowl healing.
Right.
So the idea is that the crystal bowls help relax, de-stress, and when patients come to my office and they lay on the massage table, I've passed my card out to doctors in my town, and I had a client once come to me and hand me my own card and say, my doctor gave me your card and told me to call you, because the doctors are not afraid. I don't talk about any of the spiritual aspects or get into physics with the doctor. I would never do that because I'm not a physicist. But the doctors understand that stress can be a big contributor to cancer. And so when I say it helps you de-stress and relax and feel more peace, well, the cancer patients, being in the medical system, you can imagine how crazy that will make you, just running from doctor to doctor, and receiving chemo is dreadful, really. And so going through that just going through that process is stressful. And so they're adding more stress on top of the stress they're already feeling. And so this is very relaxing and de-stressing and helps any cancer a person who has a diagnosis of cancer to feel very calm and relaxed. And all my cancer patients just say, wow, I feel so good after hearing this and feeling this energy.
Still here. I'm still here. Frequency. The overtone. I'm just going to say something. The vibrato in your voice blends in beautifully with the bones.
Yeah. Well, I've played with it for a long time. I've been a singer for many years, and so my voice is well practiced, and I've sung to lots of instruments, and so when I hear the tones, all the different overtones, I just tune into where the voice wants to go, and I also feel like I'm being divinely guided. You know, I feel like there's a spiritual energy that takes over. It's not that I'm deciding what notes I'm going to sing. I feel like one of my clients said, Michele sings like an angel. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not sure I'm an angel, but I do know that I have angel guides who are helping guide me.
Very pure voice.
Yeah, thank you.
Very pure voice. And the other thing I have observed is the sound from the bowls is like a church bell. The difference is the bowls have hum.
Yes.
Hum ringing on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the energy just keeps going. It's for me, it's tapping into what I would call the universal music of life. And when people sing and they feel free in their throat chakra and they feel really good, they're tapping into the universal music of life. Many people refer to it as the music of the spheres, but there's a continuous sound of beautiful, beautiful music that just keeps on resonating. And I have to say this just as an honor to my mother, because my mother was an opera singer, and she used to speak about the music of the spheres. And she used to talk about that. And so as a little child, I actually heard that. And I would say that by her continually speaking of that, it tuned me in to what the energy of that.
Yeah.
So I feel very lucky and blessed to have had that kind of surrounding environment as a child from my mother. And all of my work is always dedicated to her because it's healing, and she felt she needed the healing, and she saw herself also. I think she saw herself as an original sound healer even through her opera singing. She felt that she was putting out a healing energy, and so this is probably just in my genes. It's natural, and I'm very honored and blessed to be able to carry it on.
You're a very talented lady, is what I would say. Just listening, you listen to that all day. It's something soothing, soothing and healing, healing. I could listen to it all day too. I just want to float in the vibrations of the beautiful sound healing. There's a zone, it brings you into a zone.
It definitely does. It puts us in a very alpha state.
Yes.
And delta, it just puts us into that place of, the way people want to feel in life. They just want to feel calm and happy. I think most everybody wants that, calm and happy. And peaceful.
Peaceful.
Yeah, when you feel peaceful within, we can express that to the world and hopefully create a peaceful world. So I have big goals with this. Let's create a world full of peace.
Wouldn't it be great to have a world full of peace?
Yes, it would.
Eventually, that's what we're all striving to get established.
Exactly.
I know you have a free gift, so
yes,
I'm going to ask you to explain a little bit.
Okay. Well, I have a whole crystal bowl orchestra. When I was on my tour, my sound healing tour, I brought my whole orchestra with me. I was a traveling musician, and I bring it lots of places. I do workshops, and I have a whole group of alchemical crystal bowls. They're all different notes and all different colors and all different energies. And then I have chimes and bells, and I went into the recording studio I live in Santa Cruz, California, and I went into the recording studio where I work, and I was so amazed when I got there. The recording engineer said, "Oh, you're so lucky. We just had Adya Shanti here." Adya Shanti is a well-known spiritual teacher, and so Adya Shanti was just there in the recording studio before me, and when I walked in, I just went, wow, beautiful, beautiful spiritual energy. And I set up my sound healing orchestra, and I created I allowed to come through me. I'm not going to say I was the total creator because I feel like the energy flows through me. I allow the energy to move through me. And we created it's an MP3 recording called Healing Your Soul, An Inner Journey. And it's a 12-minute recording where the crystal bowls and my voice, and we have whale sounds and just everything that felt sacred. So it truly is a healing inner journey to help heal your soul, because the idea is to heal your soul. No matter what's going on with your body, whatever is happening, we want to heal the soul level, and then that will affect, the vibrations will go out into the physical. Yeah. And so, for instance, I played this, I had a friend who broke her wrist. She couldn't sleep for a year. She was not able to sleep all night long. She was in terrible pain. I put the CD next to her. She fell asleep, and I put it on repeat, so it played all night long. And the next morning, she said, "That is the first night that I've been able to sleep all night long for a year." And she goes, "You can't heal if you can't sleep." And so she actually was able to sleep well, and because it relaxed her so much, she stopped feeling the pain in her wrist. She just didn't have that focus on the pain. Her soul just relaxed, her body relaxed, And so I have people who play this Healing Your Soul and Inner Journey and put it on repeat to help prepare themselves for sleep. If you have trouble sleeping, you can play it all night long and sleep right through like a baby. Some people use it for just meditating or yoga. I have a few people who play it during yoga to move to. It's very, very relaxing. Don't play it in the car. You don't be in that meditative state while you're driving. But, if you just are quiet, if you put the headset on with earphones and listen to it, you hear more. There's so many subtleties in the sound that we played with when we were doing the mixing. And so there's beautiful subtleties that if you have a headset on it, you really hear every little detail. And
thank you very much. That's a beautiful gift.
I hope this gift helps you heal in many, many ways.
Beautiful.
All levels, body, mind, heart, and soul.
Yeah. And it's so important to get that good night's sleep. That deep sleep, right. And it's important to get to de-stress the body, really.
Absolutely, we all need it. It's a stressful world, and we all need it.
Yeah. So everyone listening, the link for this free gift is in your email, and all the information that's been given about Michele, and the link is all below this interview. The other thing is, for those listening in, where can they find you, Michele?
SingYourSoulSong.co, www.singyoursoulsong.co, not .com. I tried to get .com, but that wasn't available, so I took CO for company, singyoursoulsong.co, and on my website you'll see lots of videos of some of my clients, of them talking about, like one person had a back issue, another with a knee issue, all different kinds of things that we've been able to help physically heal. And so there's videos and there's testimonials from cancer clients. And I would say, I'm thinking all of the people who are on there that were cancer clients are now in remission. I'm not going to say that I was personally responsible for them going into remission, but I do know that I had a very strong effect on them. I really did contribute to that. And they were doing lots of different things. And so I was one of the healing modalities that helped them, but they're all alive and well. My goal is not to just keep you comfortable while you have cancer, but to really help heal from that.
Yeah, beautiful. It's such a gift to be in this position, helping people heal from cancer.
Oh, it truly is. I love watching people heal. I think I said this already, that it's my goal to help people heal, and I just want you to be okay. I want the world to be okay. And so I have private sessions. If you're in California, come over to my office. Or I've had people travel to see me, but I also work on Skype and long distance. I can do long distance healing, as you experienced.
Yes, I experienced it. Yes.
Yeah. So,
I'm in Ireland, and you're away over and across the pond. Yeah.
Right. And what we did for just a few minutes, it was about 10 minutes, and
very short.
Helped me a lot. So it works over the cyber waves as well.
Yep. It's all energy, really.
Yes, it's all energy, exactly. And my being able to read your aura or see it, I have clients who just call me on the phone and I can feel what's going on with them. So
you're an amazing lady, absolutely.
Oh, thank you so much. You're amazing too, Patricia. Thank you so much for creating this series. I really appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you. It's been a lovely interview, and I've thoroughly enjoyed speaking to you. And I'm sure everyone listening in, you have enjoyed this interview. And I'll say, keep listening again and taking notes, because the interviews are available for 48 hours and then they're pulled, and then at the end of this online retreat you will get all the interviews together for, I think, 48 hours again. So just watch your inbox tomorrow and you'll find another 2 or 3 popping in. And until then, I'd say thank you again, Michele, and
thank you so much.